Okay. Colette Claire with the Gauntlet, here with Ray from Arkaea and obviously Fear Factory, and if you don't know that, then suck it.
It's that kind of a show.
It is that kind of a show. This is the internet, but not like, you know, people actually watch it kind of internet, so it's important.
People actually watch it. That's good.
Not just like randomly on YouTube. So
okay,
you can
fair
kind of
enough.
say what you want, and people will probably see it. So we're here at the listening party for the new album, which comes out in July, right?
Yes, in the U.S. it comes out July 14th. I believe 17th in Europe, Russia, Eastern Europe, and then Japan, I think, is the 19th, and Australia and New Zealand, I think, is the 17th. Something like that. I put the dates up on the Arkaea.com site.
So my burning question has been, how did you guys, you and Christian, hook up with the guys from Threat Signal? Because they're Canadian and and they're a good band. But I'm just curious, how did you tour with them, or how did?
Yeah, the Canadian connection. We actually seem to have. We've always kind of had this Canadian connection with Fear Factory, or I guess in our lives. We've always worked with a lot of people from Canada, but Christian produced one of the Threat Signal records. And so the guys came to L.A. and Christian produced one of their records, and so obviously he became really good friends with them. Well, back then it was John, the singer, John Howard, with a different set of guys, and he's had some issues with members, and he's really the only standing member from Threat Signal that's still the original member. But since then he's brought in different guys, but it's still Threat Signal. So that's how the connection started. And Christian and I had started writing the next Fear Factory record, and then after some time we had some issues with Bert wanting to do other things. So, Christian at one point had said, well, why don't we just do a different band then with these songs, and then we can just do Fear Factory whenever Bert decides he wants to do Fear Factory. So it's really kind of something that he conceived. Christian made this all happen. I had met John maybe one time when they were down here recording their record when Christian was producing them, and so I don't really know the guy that well, but Christian obviously knew these guys really well. He's all yeah, John's really great and this and that, and it's okay, well, yeah, I'm down, whatever, let's send him the songs and see what happens. So we sent him the music, and within a couple days John started sending stuff back, and it was really, really good. And so after I heard it, I was convinced. I was okay, yeah, this is the right guy, and it just kind of snowballed from there. He kept singing on more and more songs. As we were getting music back, I started rewriting some stuff to kind of fit his style a little better. Just some of the pockets are a little different than what I'm used to from Bert. So I was able to tweak that a bit, and then we probably spend about another maybe 10 months on getting that record done, and we started recording September last year, and now we're here, right? So but yeah, it all started with Christian. It was almost like his brainchild, really, and I was along for the ride, so to speak. We had already written 8 songs.
So but it became kind of a different animal than just Fear Factory with a different singer, because you're saying you kind of
I mean, it's not okay, insert John here. It was definitely a little bit more than that, but for lack of going into the nuts and bolts of everything, yeah, I mean, essentially, what people that have heard the record, they're it's Fear Factory with a different singer, and it's okay, well, I can't argue with that, considering the first 8 songs were the next Fear Factory record. So yeah, I guess that's not really I guess I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
see, I don't see it like that though. I saw it as something that was it had its own sound to it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, my perspective is that it sounds like it's a different animal. It still has inherently a lot of the tightness that Fear Factory does. It has my drumming style, which most people would say is Fear Factory, and then so it has those attributes. But John to me sounds very different than Bert. He has a different pocket. He has a different tone. He has a different sound. But I think the biggest difference is John's vocals by far is what really. Because until John sings, it's oh, well, is Bert going to start singing? Or, so it's you're not really sure at times. But, yeah, when you hear John, it's okay, yeah, this is something different.
It flows, like you said, with his voice in a kind of...
Oh, it sounds great, yeah. I mean, we took a lot of time making it. We didn't want it to sound copy and paste, so to speak, with a different vocalist. I mean, it had to fit with the style and the rhythms he was doing, and it had to, obviously latch in with what we were doing, and So yeah, it wasn't difficult. It was tedious. It was just, you know, it's a lot of time. That's all. So, you know, luckily I own my own recording studio where we can.
Where we are now.
You know, yeah.
But did it become kind of, I want to say, like, refreshing to do something that wasn't exactly Fear Factory? Because, I mean, you've been doing Fear Factory for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, it's always interesting to do something different. I mean, I have a production company. We do a lot of music for video games, so that's kind of like my escape from this, like, Fear Factory box, I guess you could say.
Nothing wrong with Fear Factory, obviously.
Oh, no.
Love Fear Factory.
It's just, you know, when you're doing a band, you have certain elements that you have to hit because you have your fans that are expecting to hear that from you. And then, so, you know, so you have to, you stay within this boundary because, you know, you've built a trademark and a name and a sound and a style. But with the video game stuff, it's different all the time. So it's almost like an outlet to kind of do something different. No, I'm not at all saying anything negative about Fear Factory, man. Yeah. I love doing Fear Factory. It's so much fun, man. It's really, it's challenging for me. But no, in any way, shape, or form, I mean, I love it. This is definitely, it's almost like Fear Factory, but John really kind of makes it a little different for me, like in a writing sense, because I do kind of have to change up a little bit of what I do, because it couldn't have been Raymond Fear Factory doing the exact same thing with Arkaea. Like, there's certain elements that are a little different, you know, that I had to obviously change a little bit for John, but I think it sounds great.
Definitely. I like it a lot. And we're going to hear the whole record, right?
Yeah, and tonight? I think, in the next 20 or so minutes, yeah.
Right on. Everybody's had some free drinks, except you, apparently.
Well, yeah, I don't drink, but I bought all the beer today, though, so.
Oh, my God, doesn't drink and bought all the... How cool is that? You're officially awesome.
Everybody else drinks, so it's like, okay, well, we got to make everybody else happy. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm used to it. All my friends drink. It's like, you know... I mean, it just is what it is. I just don't like it, that's all.
You're just not. You're just tired of it.
Well, no, not even tired of it. It's not like I
never were a big drinker?
No, I just don't. It tastes terrible to me. I just don't like it. No, I don't even smoke.
It smells like we're in like Cypress Hill studio, so it totally brings a bud in here.
Yeah, me and Be Real own the studio. We're in the B room actually right now, but yeah, we're you know, Be Real smokes, obviously. I mean, that's what he's known for. Right. So, you know, he usually comes in here from like 12 to like 7:30. And then we usually come in like 7:30, 8 o'clock to like whenever. So when we come in, it's like, it smells like, you know, weed in here. So, but I'm used to it. I mean, I've known Be Real for so long. It's like, I'm not going to ask him to stop smoking. I mean, it's his studio too, you know. So it's like,
I'm asking Be Real to stop smoking.
I'm actually
asking him to stop breathing.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, he's a great partner actually. He's actually really hardworking. I mean, most people, you know, ask me, it's like, well, why are you in business with B? You know, it's like, he's really hardworking. Like, you wouldn't know that outside looking in. He's a stoner, you know.
Just because you're smoking doesn't mean you can't get shit done at the same time.
He gets a lot done. I mean, it's really great. It's worked really well. We've had the studio for over 3 years now. Wow.